Hello, everybody. Welcome to this read for, the myriad of stuff that is going on these day, tomorrow, the next day, the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, I was, I realized last night was the actual moon, and the start of the eclipse season. Of course, it just didn't work out to get things done. There's, as many of you may have in your life, lots going on. Lots of very heavy, intense stuff, both personally and for other people. It's, you know, we're definitely in eclipse season and we're gonna go through this one, and it's gonna be a bit of a ringer for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the sign of Pisces, which the lunar eclipse was in last night. And it was also a supermoon, so these energies. I mean, I was feeling them 5, 6 days up to yesterday. So, and I know a lot of people have been going through a lot of intense stuff since then. So, I don't know about you, but the sort of interesting part is every once in a while I kind of slip, and then I'm like, oh, I can't do this. It's too much, and then I have that like rally of like, oh my God, I can like this. I came here to do this, and it's going to be okay, and I can handle this. Um, so I'm just here to tell you, you can handle this. It's going to be fine. This eclipse, though, they're always tricky. They're just tricky, right? Um, they always have a purpose, right? Closing one door, opening the next. It's why I called this video um, the last goodbye. It really feels like this hopefully, and fingers crossed, right? We don't have to keep doing this. Is like the final purge of, we'll just talk about things. First, let's look at Pisces in general. So, um, it's good energy for us to have. It is dealing a lot, particularly with our psychic, mystical, the divinity, that kind of things. It also has to do with unity consciousness and our oneness. It's also healing and compassion. Um, so the healing and compassion is definitely, I feel like, happening on a level of self, not just for me, but probably for you as well. So just again, I just keep telling people we're right in the thick of this. The thing we need to do the most is ride this out, and keep our wits about us and not let all the lower energy overtake us. It's hard too because it's purging out. So if you've ever been really sick, and everything is just coming out of you, it's not pleasant and it hurts and you're tired, and like I just got a massage this morning, and thank God, because like every part of my body hurt. It's much better now since I had that. So that being said, is make sure you're doing your self-care. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, getting rest. I know sleep is not always the easiest thing, but maybe go for a massage or a float or a sound bath, or just all the tools that actually helps, right? Don't try to get through this and not, take care of yourself. It'll be much easier if we're taking care of ourselves. Okay, the eclipse itself is, again, usually see it as, it's kind of funny because we say the door closes at the beginning and opens at the end, opens to the new at the end. And this eclipse is 100% about that. So, karmic closure, shifting to a higher frequency, uh, unresolved issues coming to the surface, the purge. So, and resetting emotional patterns. So, it's just like we've had a few years of all these eclipses, periods of time, and all of that, um, of doing the work. And if you've done your work, um, it's not to say that this is going to be easy breezy for any of us. I'm definitely not feeling easy breezy. I feel the density and the weight of this. But I think if we can allow this stuff to, just like if we're sick, you can't control. We are not in control of how it comes out of us. It just does. And what we have to do through all of this is allow it to happen and just let it go. Um, so one of the big key phrases I saw was, well, cleanse and release, but surrender to transformation. We're going through this transformation. This is the final closure of limiting beliefs, fears, doubt, and negative thought. It's our last goodbye to that stuff. And, you know, saying goodbye is hard. It's never easy. Even if you have animosity towards someone, it's still when a goodbye happens, whether they leave this plane or, you're just separated by whatever, goodbyes are always hard. I remember bawling my eyes out every time we had to leave my grandma's in the summer. Like goodbyes are not easy. They never have been. Um, and we're saying goodbye. This isn't just saying goodbye to a loved one. This is our former life. All of our belief system up until now it's asking to be radically changed. And it is like a death. We are going to go through a grieving process with this. Um, but on the other side of it awaits us this beauty and love. And what I heard of the opening, so for the solar eclipse, um, is it's the brink of a new magical beginning. It is this 3D to 5D that we've been trying to achieve. I mean, we could never stop what was coming. It's here. We're just got to go through this period of time, which is a little rough. Um, but the thing is too, and I don't know if you notice this, but I do notice it for myself, is I can recognize it now. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this just has to be done. Um, and I just buckle down and get to it. As my friend just said in a text, suck it up, buttercup, because like this is why you came. You're not giving up now. Don't give up now. Um, so just yeah, just breathe, do all the tools to get through this. And just remember, the biggest thing to remember, I feel like, is like when we're really in the thick of this and it's really hard, is we forget that we're strong enough to handle this. Like, we wouldn't still be here, still doing this work, still facilitating this shift and this change if we weren't strong enough to handle this. Everything we've done up until this point has been the thing to strengthen us, to get us here, right? There's no bad lessons. There's no, you know, at the time they suck and they're bad and they feel terrible, but they make us stronger, right? And that's what we've been doing, is just becoming more and more resilient so that when this time occurred, we could get through it. We could weather through it. So first of all, and I feel like a lot of what's happening in my practice right now is that it's just letting people know that they're not alone, that they're okay, that everybody's going through this. We're all going to do it in different ways. Like, there's many things going on for different people, but you know, it's massive right now. And um, if honestly, if you're here and you're listening to this, it's because you'll be fine. We came to do this. We can handle this. So I would say, in terms of advice, we'll see what the cards have to say. We'll go right into those. And then the next video I do is going to be on Sunday for the equinox. So I'll keep that as a separate video because I have a feeling it has a significance, but it hasn't revealed itself to us yet. So I have a feeling it will need its own video. Anyway, okay. So what we're going to do here is the thing with an eclipse corridor too, is that it is a portal. So I'm going to draw 3 portal cards just to see what it's about. And then I've got some other cards I just want to kind of clarify uh, what this is about. Oh, isn't that funny? I said I was going to draw 3 and they're like, you just need this one. I'm like, okay. The Halls of a Mentee Initiation. Secrets revealed, treasure uncovered, initiations. So, okay. Yeah, it's like the Halls of a Mentee. It's a really long explanation, but let me just say, like, the easiest way for us to, like, not have this a 3-hour card reading is to say it's like the halls of knowledge in school is all the everything, the truth of everything is being revealed, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered. The treasure is us and how powerful we are, and how magical we are, and how intuitive we are. That's the other thing about Pisces is it's like a very intuitive sign, right? So that moon in Pisces is really like kicking all of that up too. So you may be getting like new gifts coming online and that sort of thing. Um, an initiation, like you're always initiated into different levels of magic too, like, or even, um, well, I'll say I've been teaching Reiki. It's not called an initiation, it's called an attunement, but it is like sort of like your graduation, like, um, ritual, if you want to call it that. So this next eclipse is just about us going through the rituals of being upgraded, of our new beginnings, of our intuitive abilities, all of that. So, um, yeah, the best I can say with that is that it's just like go with the flow. There's nothing more that needs to be done with that. All right, I'm going to do a couple of different cards for, again, just to kind of further. Look at, they're just like, they're all just sliding out today. They just want to be heard. Okay, one here. I've got kind of a mess going on this table. There cards everywhere. Hard because I've got all the moon cards out to do the regular moon read, which we're going to do next. And one of these, and then we'll see what we got on here. Kind of already sort of spied this card, so I kind of know what it's trying to tell us. It's two of those. Okay. All right. First up. Okay, I'm going to read that one second. But first up, out of the 7 sacred energies, we got the tall tale card again. So again, this is about telling. It's the Pinocchio story, but this time we're not telling lies. The true story is coming out. So this eclipse is also about exposing and revealing things. It's like the halls of a Menti card with secrets revealed, treasures uncovered. See, the thing about like that, it's like a lot of like right now, the things that are being revealed were things kept from us, right? Um, but and so in a way, it's like there is that like I don't want to call it anger, but like frustration around like that we were lied to, that we've been suppressed, all of those things. So there is a lot of anger and animosity about that. Animosity was the word I was looking for. Um, but the thing is that it's almost like really do your best to look at the positive side of this. Is that every secret that gets revealed, even though it's hurts and it's terrible that it was told to that lie was told to us, the truth is what the truth is that we are magical and we are this um, divine being. That's a pretty awesome thing to find out, right? So instead of us lamenting over the lie and the years gone by and how destructive that was and all of that, it almost feels like it's really important this eclipse that we, in these 2 weeks, that to get to that new opportunity is that we focus on that new opportunity. So we see the secret revealed, the lie exposed, and we see it for what it is. And we take a moment of grief, take a moment of anger, take feel your emotion about it, and then look for the silver lining. I just said that and I'm going to laugh now because I just saw the next card. We'll get there in a second. But really look for it, right? So the lie. Let's do a quick exercise. The lie. We're just this meat suit. You go to work, you slave away, you barely survive. It's a struggling world, and then you die. That's it. Versus like, okay, that was the lie, and we all believed it, and we've all lived it through many lifetimes. And then the thing is that the truth The truth is what we want to be looking at. The truth is what we want to reveal. And the truth shall set you free, right? Remember that thing. Come in, Sam. You're okay. The truth sets us free. And the freedom is that, oh my God, look at what a magical being I am. Ooh, I'm getting chills. It's a good one. Okay, that's the lesson. But it's funny because here is the next card that I asked for, is that I said, look for the silver lining. Can't make this shit up. Silver card. Goddess and insight. This for me though is like, this is so Piscean. Is there a fish in there? There's definitely, is that water? Is that a fish? I can't even tell what that is. One second. It looks like a wave, like she's picking up a wave and shifting it in her hand. Anyway, this card is also super Piscean just by looking at it. Um, yeah, the goddess thing I think refers to, again, the rising up in each of us of the divine feminine energy and insight, the truth, knowing the truth, the silver lining. Yeah, find the silver lining in this. As these things come out, they're not going to be easy. They're really hard to hear. There is some stuff that I've heard over the last 7 years that like that makes you lose faith. That made me lose faith in humanity, and how could we be so horrible to other people, animals, the planet? It's infuriating, some of it. It's disgusting, some of it. But we need to like stop focusing on that to get through the doorway of the end of this eclipse, right? If we want the new beginning and the magic, we have to not keep focusing and staying in here and just seeing it for what it is and then saying, oh, but the truth means of this situation that I'm angelic, that I am a higher being, I am a goddess, I am a thing. Oh, I missed a card. I missed two cards. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, I put this one down because, okay, let's read this one first. This is like, these energies are huge. And if we utilize them the right way, we're golden, we're silver, we're golden. Okay, lucid dream comes up next. It says awareness, that's just knowing the truth, and opportunities. Again, it's this like, take this as an opportunity. Do not fall into the trap of using this, or of like, as the truths are revealed, of falling into third dimensional consciousness and staying there, and wallowing in it and being angry and fighting a fight that we'll never win if we fight it, right? We cannot fight it. We have to transmute it, and we have to recognize the energy for what it really, really is. Okay? The key I want to focus in on this card though is the opportunities. And if we look at okay. I think I can't really, hang on a second. Okay. Strange card. In this hand, she's holding, it almost looks like a cocoon, but it has a lot of, it looks like caterpillars, but then they have wings like dragonflies in there too. And then she's created this with both hands, the transformation, the circle of butterflies. Like, you guys, we can take this opportunity to unleash this magic, like pure 100% giving me chills magic. Yeah, we're just like, it's time. It's time for us to, it's not just like that we haven't been awake, but to really wake up now and be aware. Awake is one thing, aware is another, right? Two things. We got to do both. And the card I missed that I was saving for last because I saw it is my favorite card. Is what does this eclipse get us to? What is the doorway to open on the solar? Unity. Unity consciousness. Pisces. Again, such strong energy coming through with this Pisces energy. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this kind of looks like a goldfish or a koi. This one looks more like a dragon. I'm just going to let you look at that card for a second. And just the earth being held. Yep. Fun. This is, like I said, there's nothing small about this eclipse at all. It is going to be intense, but it has a purpose because it is the shift of the ages. Okay, what we're going to do now is focus. I'm just going to take a sip of water here. Is focus on the moon, like we always do. So I'm still going to do the moon read. Let's focus more on this like super moon Pisces energy. And again, just do our normal moon read. And then we'll leave it there for today. And then, yeah, we're going to take a look at equinox. Okay. This one might end up being long. It's going to be long. It's already happening. Oh, 2 Virgo cards. Okay. Okay, we'll read this guy first. It's time to release negativity. This is what's happening with this moon. So, again, the energy, and I've been talking to most people. It's been really intense over the weekend. It's been really intense these last couple of days. As we start to go like in the next few days, that's maybe what the equinox is like, why it's right in the middle, is it's to kind of like completely shift everything. So it's not so hard and it's not so like intense. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting, is it's kind of the middle ground before, and then that week will be, I don't want to say easier, but it's not going to be as like dense, but you have to be doing your work. So again, limiting belief systems, letting go of fear, letting go of anger, again, right? This, we only are going to shift from 3D to 5D if we're out of the 3D mentality. The 3D mentality is lack, is fear, is negative, all the negative emotions. And I moved my book, but it said this eclipse is about karmic releasing of negative energy and negative emotions. So again, it's not something sometimes we have to do a whole bunch of work around and like deep dark dig. You might have to. I don't know personally how things are working for you at this time, but it's allowing things to rise, um, acknowledging them and letting them go. Last goodbye, all that lower energy negative stuff. It's just time for us to go. Like it's time for us to part. I'm transforming into a new person. It's like any relationship breakup. This isn't going to be pretty and it's not going to be easy, but it's run its course and it's just time for us to move on to something new. So we have to say our goodbyes and we have to send it off with love. And, we're not sending it off in anger or any of that stuff. We're just saying we both mutually recognize that 3D is not working out for us. It's not you, it's me. No, I'm just kidding. You could say that. It's pretty not negative. Anyway, it is though. We're transforming into something new. It just isn't in alignment anymore. Sometimes we just have to let those go, right? It wasn't meant to be. It was at the time. It served its purpose, but its time is up and it's got to go. All right. And this is where the you part of this comes in. A time to give rather than take. Again, so, and we got both Virgo cards, which is very interesting. We also got you are good enough. So again, it's like really not like releasing all of that, but this is what we're releasing is our own stuff, right? Around everything. So we're not concerned about what other people are doing in this process. That's their process. We have to be focusing on ourselves and being, again, the lighthouse. We have to be our best shining self and other people will flock to that when the time is right. But you've got to do the work of releasing this stuff and transforming. I also just love because the Virgo, the maiden is in there. And she just looks meditative and peaceful and quiet. Um, And honestly, that's been my recommendation for I've had like so many people contacting me with like paragraphs like this in a text because they're going through it, right? And it's like I just keep telling people that our only remedy and our only like thing is do the meditation, get quiet, get still, get into nature, get into water. Pet Pisces, get into water. Like be the fish, float, swim, cleanse, clear, whatever you need to do. But the focus really needs to be on us resting and taking care of ourselves and doing our work through this right now. Everybody else, even though you may be like, they're not doing their work and they're not going to get to come, and we can't do that, right? Again, it's the airplane analogy. We'll say it again. Got to put your mask on first, right? Every time. So just like it's just so critical right now that we're doing that work. And that's the thing is like I don't think there's a lot for us to do. I mean, we certainly can continue to do things we know, like journaling, but be meditating and be getting into um, just be getting into the things that you know that keep you calm, that keep you like keep your head and wits about you during all of this. Okay, interesting card. Okay, okay, so we'll start here. um, these cards are always fun. I think it's a 44. Reflection and non-judgment. Um, yeah, I think this is a really important place to be. It's like, for lack of a better way of saying this, is we are going through a death, right? It's the death of our old life. What we really need to be doing right now is this mirror work in terms of we're reflecting on the past, but we're not we're just like having a life review, like and looking and not judging it in any way. So as these emotions get stirred up or old belief patterns or something, definitely take a look at them. And just observe them and see like, oh, that's a really old thought pattern, but yeah, that's definitely one I'm ready to let go of. All right, we got four of these cards quite by accident, but we also got the spiral dancer. So this is just always said, and perception. So this just always says to me, like, we're on this upward ascension spiral. It's everything is going to plan. It's exactly how it's supposed to be happening. Um, the perception card is always really interesting because again, it's how we perceive things. If I take all of this truth coming out and I take it in, my perception is that it's negative, it's evil, it's bad. Everything that's happening to me right now is negative, evil, and bad. Where am I setting myself up? Right? My perception needs to be like almost like we're almost being asked like with that reflection card is to like dig a little bit deeper within, think a little bit deeper. Um, what change your perception? Like this isn't again. I think I got this card the other day for myself, and it just there was a thing in it about we always are saying in life, this is happening to me. And it's like, no, 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 no. This is happening for you to make things better for you. So perception is so important. We have to be doing that work of like, how am I perceiving things? And can I change that? And the answer is always, yes, you can. You don't have to, it does not have to be negative or anything like that. Had to move. Um, so yeah, perception. Change your perception. Okay, the next two cards are great because it's like sort of like if we can do that, then we open that gateway to new earth. The Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. We're being divinely guided. This whole mission on earth, divinely guided. Everything is divinely guided. So allow yourself to be the vehicle of the divine and go through this with ease and grace. It doesn't have to be this like pulled through the knothole experience. Again, we have to change our perception on on what we're seeing and what we're being fed. And it's like, in terms of like the new, like whatever's coming our way, like we've still got a lot of that reconciliation to do, but it's like we have to get to that place emotionally, physically, and spiritually where it's not that it's not bothering us, but it's like, okay, I see that for what it is. And now I see what the truth is. And the truth is like so much better than that. And I want that. We want that. Okay. And the last one is the Diamond Dreamer. It says material wealth, but the key in this one is true prosperity. And the other thing I love is it's almost like a genie popping out of the bottle there. Oh, interesting. There's Anubis in there too. I have to look up Anubis. Anyway, the genie and the magic, right, is that we're about to head into true prosperity. And true prosperity, again, prosperity is the act of thriving, not just surviving. So we're moving out of that and into true prosperity, which means using all our gifts, our magic, and fully embodying and enveloping all of this stuff. So at the end of this eclipse, we're there. It's all there for us to take, um, if we want it, right? The key is just going to be we have to release and purge all this old before we're going to feel better. So, sorry, kids, we have to go through it. But again, right? What do you do right now if you're like, if you've got the flu or whatever, you were doing a cleanse, and stuff is coming out of you? What do we do in those times to make us feel better, right? We drink lots of water, we hydrate, we try to sleep, we eat cleaner foods, we do all those things. It's that same thing on the emotional level and spiritual level is make sure you're meditating, make sure you're working with crystals, make sure you're in water, in nature, taking baths, all the things I just said. Um, we got this, you guys. It is just it's the embracing the higher frequency. It's a little disconcerting at first, but once we get a hang of it, it'll be fine. All right. I was gonna ask. I usually use these cards as our advice cards. Oh, and I did them backwards. Okay. Um, but let's just we're just confirming. Oh, and isn't this cute? Truth. Moon rising. Truth. We're getting to the finally we've been asking and asking and asking for the truth for not just for our generation, but like lifetimes before has been like, why are we here? What is this all about? We we finally get to be here at this time to see the answer. I mean, that's pretty incredible. It's funny though, because I want to say this moon really reminds me of last night. If any of you got to go out and see the full moon, we only had a tiny, like, little bit of the eclipse that we could see, but it was a harvest moon, and they do tend to come up a little bit orange like this at the beginning, and then they're really bright by the time. So this is like almost exactly that moon we had last night. Lovely. So part of it, that moon, this moon read, is it's exposing the truth, um, and it's leading us towards the shift, the knowledge, the higher knowledge. Not like, again, the truth leads us to the knowledge and the power and the freedom. Yay! And it's interesting that there is a crescent moon in here. So I'd say by, like, when would we be? I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'd say that the knowledge, the new knowledge starts to come in close to the moon being in that phase. So, yeah. So starting at the full moon, I wonder, like by new moon, which is, uh, I don't even remember the date. It's terrible. But just before new moon, the knowledge, the new knowledge is fully in. So that's awesome. We also got the moon's wisdom. Take the lead. Yeah. So this is just really about us, like, um, is like shifting to these next stages and saying, hey, I figured out how to embrace this knowledge and be in 5D all the time. Oh, interesting. Okay, and the last one is moon madness, avoid drama. Well, I don't know about you, but you can certainly see this eclipse and this moon on people out there because it's just like, so yeah, avoid that at all costs. I mean, it's still important, I think, to be informed as all because like, right now we're not being told the truth on, like different platforms, etc. Um, and there's a lot of drama being stirred up so that again, in my opinion, it's done to be distracting so that we're not looking below the surface for the truth. But the thing about the truth is it's coming out, right? The moon's like, yep, it's happening. That one. So just avoid other people's creation of drama around that. Again, t- take in, take that truth in, and try to switch your perception from that lower energy. And that's where the drama is going to be because they're going to be like fear, 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 fear over here. And if you go, okay, yep, that's what's happening. We're all going to die. We don't want to be there. This is an energetic shift within us that we have to like figure out how to do. I'm still figuring out how to do it. Like I get sucked into that often. So it's just like avoid the drama, do the things to meditate and to change your perception on what knowing that truth means. What knowledge does it provide? Because it does. There's huge knowledge in knowing the truth, right? This is the whole goal of what we're doing, what we're going through right now, what this planet is going through right now. So see it for what it is. Um, yeah, do the reflection, do the mirror work. But again, let's be non-judgmental about this, and how we do that is just we don't you don't get in the drama and you don't take sides. You don't worry about like who's what's going on, any of that stuff. I know it's not sticking your head in the sand. I know people say that all the time. You're sticking your head in the sand and just avoiding. Um, yeah. All right. First up, these are the advice cards. I usually do these first. First, cool your emotions. So again, I think if you really head into that lower frequency and the drama, it's gonna like just anger you. And again, as truths come up, see them for what they are. If by all means, some of them are terrible. Cry, laugh, whatever you need to do. Be angry, and then see the truth for what it is and what it really means. Wait a second. I am like a very good person and I have very good soul and I care about this issue. And the truth of it is, I came here to help transmute that and make it better so it's not happening anymore. Right? There's a few things in this world that need to stop happening, and they will. It, it's how we go about this, though, right? There was always this like part in the movie The Secret, if you like ever watched it, and they talked about the whole like protesting or like being anti something. Um, and those are also negative connotations. It just festers more of it, right? It doesn't stop or change the situation, it actually fuels it up. So, emotionally, when this stuff is happening, we've got to turn on our tools and like know that we transmute it a different way, right? It's not this old way we've been doing things so that we've been taught. That's not the truth. um, we're learning slowly within us this last even like last year. Most of us are like, wait a second, I transmute this very differently. It's not done the old way. And a lot of us have been doing that work and things have been changing, and I think that's why we're like, I don't think a lot of this was supposed to happen for another 6 or 7 years on our planet, but we've accelerated this ascension because people were like, wait a second, like starting to step into their power and knowledge and the truth of everything early. And there's some people that have gone ahead and been the way showers and done this much sooner. Some of us are in the middle now, and we're like, okay, I know where this is heading, and I know what I can do. And then there's just the new ones that just woke up, and they're just like, wait a second, holy crap, well, I can really do this. The funny thing, and I've talked about this with friends and stuff, is the people that just woke up, they are like, I feel for them because I've had like well, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years going through different stages of this and not really knowing what was happening to me. These poor guys though are getting like serious crash course in energy. They're just like, you can handle this. We're gonna like take you. We are gonna take you through the ringer and back, but it's okay because it's for your best. And I feel a lot of people are having very intense things happen. They're being forced to purge all of this shit very fast, and it's like it's a lot. So whatever stage you're at, it's just again unity consciousness. We're all in this together. We all have a different role to play, but we have the same job to do. So, right? Take a breath. Here's the big one. Two things. The first up is know your worth card. This goes back to the Virgo cards from the beginning is a time to give rather than take. Um, that could it's not so much about taking from others. It's that again, I think most of us light workers, whatever you want to call us, to a fault, we are always helping other people before we help ourselves. And this is just saying, like, and this eclipse is really important to be focusing on you and doing your work and not worrying about others. Um, the take part, I think, is just like take the time for yourself. Time. It's time. Take the time for yourself. Take time to say no to other people. But again, the other big part is you're good enough and know your worth. Like it's so critical right now that we understand that again, we have the capacity to get through this, especially if you're one of these new ones and you're being pushed through at a like sort of an uncomfortable rate. Um, just knowing, keep in mind and knowing you came here to do this. You are worth everything. We're all, it doesn't matter if you're at this stage or this stage. This is who we are and we came to do this. And we're worthy of all that is about to open at that new doorway at the solar eclipse. Um, I think, and then we're gonna leave it. Okay, last quarter moon. Practice gratitude. For me too, this is like, again, it's using the tools that we have to get us through this time. So gratitude is an interesting thing because it's not just like sitting down and every day we should be, even if it's just one thing, it doesn't have to be five or three or like a certain number. I mean, every day I wake up and I'm woken up by this beautiful little dog who sticks his cute little face right in my face and is like, it's time to get up. And I'm like, and how can you not look at that? And he gives me a little kiss and then he looks at me with his eyes. And I'm like, how could I not be grateful for that? That's the single most heartwarming thing, connection that I have in this world. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so in love with it. Um, and you may not have that, but go find that, whatever that is for you. And again, so like the practicing gratitude that's also for me the card of get out in nature, like get out there, get going, because sometimes that is just walking along and just be like, look at this earth, like what a beautiful place. Like how can we not be in full gratitude, right? All right. Oh, actually, I brought these out because we've been doing these. So we'll do these three last. And I think we might have to do some Christ consciousness. I'm already at 44. So I was going to try to stop it there, but yeah, we'll just finish this where it needs to be. Yeah. I love these cards. Okay, we don't need to do Christ consciousness after this. Let me just take a sip of water. Okay, first up, let's look at the picture here. Okay, I let go of what is no longer serving me, and I am open to what is. Number one. Number two, I am grateful for all that is unfolding in my life and all that is yet to come. Again, focusing on the thing. I am strong. This one I think is probably the most important because it goes right back to those cards. Know your worth. I deserve success. I am strong and I deserve success. Yeah, you wouldn't be here right now if you couldn't handle this time. The success is us all energy to New Earth and to um, embody it, but to make it realized, make it real, make it, I mean, it is real, but just make it abundantly present. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this read. I am going to do a Christ consciousness. Sorry. Seeing as we'll just do this for the unity or Christ consciousness. So yeah, it's it's a lot of intense energy, but again, it's all for the good, the greater good. Okay. Okay, which one do we start with? Okay. The teacher. Walk the talk. What would Jesus do? Be, again, he's got the bird on his hand. Be connected to nature, right? That whole nature thing is like nature is God speaking to us all the time. It's so critical. Like if you're struggling, I implore you, like just again, you don't have to go out to the mountains or I know it's tough in cities, but like even in your backyard, or if you don't have that, is like find a park with one tree or, yeah, just like, and things, it's kind of interesting this time of year. We're to fall, but it's just like the amount of things I see every day, like different flowers and just, just go look, just go look for it. And again, it can be as simple as there's got to be birds around you. Like, even if they're the annoying magpies, there's something to be observed and will help resonate and teach you something. We got on this Joseph of Arimathea has been coming up a lot, but I think that's because, like, if you start to look into the legend of, or not just the Bible stories, but the legend of him too, is that he very may have well been the one uh, to take Mary Magdalene out of where she was into Glastonbury region, into Camelot, creating Camelot. Just putting it out there. It's a neat one to look into. Hopefully, that's one of the truths we'll find out soon. Anyway, the card says trailblaze and innovate. Yeah, this is the thing about New Earth. It's new. We get to create and innovate and everything from scratch. And with the knowledge of the old going, well, that didn't work, so we have got to find a better way. Innovate, create, this is like innovation and creation in New Earth is, it's not material. Again, we're not like really talking about material things. It's about feelings. It's about emotions. It's about wellness. What creates our wellness over there? We've got a lot of work to do. We don't just like pop in and it's all like boop. Ooh, it's all ready for you. We've been waiting. No, I wish. We get to create everything though. That's more exciting. You get to design your life to what works for you. Okay. And the last one, and this is the best. Always save the best for last. The open door. Christ within you. The rainbow, God's promise, the peace dove. That's New Earth over there on the other side there. And it's good that it's a doorway. That means that's what we've been talking about. We're closing a door on olders, grieving it, mourning it, releasing it, transmuting it. And then at the solar eclipse, we are going to open that door and walk through into this new magical beginning. Can't think of a better place to leave that. Christ is within you. This new earth is within you. Love is within you, right? This unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, all here, already, just needing to be seen in a different way. Our perception of this need of how we work and how we love and how we create is changing. Yeah, we just have to wait. The timing isn't in yet, but it's so close, you guys. Just keep doing the work. But above all, love, right? Always. All right. Thanks for tuning in. If you stayed this long, um, yeah, exciting times are ahead. Again, they're gonna be a little bit bumpy and a little bit like hard, but we got this. All right, I'll see you next for the equinox video, which I'm actually like kind of really, I'm not scared for it, but I'm kind of like intrigued by it because it's giving me no information. There's information all over the place about what equinox means, but there's like something about that day. It doesn't usually have this much significance, but it really does this time. But it's being really mysterious about letting me know what it's all about. So, um, I imagine I will not find that out till I sit down to do the read on Sunday. So, yeah, look forward to that. I think it'll be interesting. But until then, just, continue riding these waves. Take care of yourself however you need to do that. Um, don't get into the drama. Um, so many things, right? It's a big one. There's lots going on. There's lots of energy that we're trying to transmute here. So, and most of all, just know you're strong enough, you're good enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. No, just kidding. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we're gonna leave it there on a light note. I'm just gonna leave it with that card. Just remember where we're headed. Remember the doorway we're gonna open. All right. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in a couple days for equinox reading.